at work. Just when I started, every time was it, I went to the bathroom, and then just when I finished, I was washing my hands at the bathroom, and the power went out. So basically, it was like it just went the power. There was a power outage at in the area where and at Target. So then I was like, whoa, the power went out. Basically, it kind of not spooked me, but then I was like, oh my gosh, like not like it was more like OMG, like it was kind of cool, but then also kind of like OMG, like it's power outage, today or whatever. And so it was out since I started at 6:30, and then I went to the bathroom first, or got everything I need to get, the walkie, the zebra device, and etc. And then went to the bathroom first. And then when I was washing my hands, the power went out. And then after that, I went out, and then, what's it called? So it was, I started at like 6:30. So then it was out like 6:30 something. And then it came back on at like 7. It was actually, the power went out, and then some parts of it came back on, but it wasn't bright. Like usually our stores is like bright, so it kind of turned off like some of the main lights, and some of the machines were working, and some of the machines weren't working, and some were rebooting back on. So yeah, so when I did my not TikTok, my Snapchat video earlier, it looks like the store wasn't power outage at the moment, but it actually was. Basically, the main lights weren't working, and it was just like some of the lights, and then some. And at least, thank goodness, we were still at work. We didn't got to go like, oh, we gotta go home because of the power outage. It wasn't like that. It was basically we stayed. Nobody told us to go back home because people were still shopping and us workers were still working. And basically the check lanes were still working. Some of the self checkout machines were still working, and guest services was working. But it did turn off a little bit later on, the guest services machine, and it went back up on. But then you had to wait till it goes finish coming back on. So yeah, but yeah, so it then came back on until like 7 something. So it was kind of off for like probably like 20-ish or 30. I would say 30 minutes it was off the power outage. The power outage made it, and I heard from customers that there was a blackout, like basically outside, like it was all like whoosh, like I guess in our area in Sunrise or whatever. That all the stores were kind of like have the same issues probably, or outside it was just look really dark or whatever. I didn't get to see it because obviously I was in the store, I was working. But yeah, so so that's what happened at work today, and yeah. Thing with the power outage. What's funny is that coincidence is that today, I mean yesterday, earlier that day before I went to work, I was like, honestly, what's it called? I was like, I need to get a power station bank, and some lantern lamps. I was like, or it includes batteries, because I was like, I'm gonna need that for like whenever there's like a power outage, emergencies or whatever. And what's funny is that we basically had a power outage at work, and it was kind of like not crazy, but it was kind of like crazy, cool, whatever. Like where it was like interesting, whatever. Whenever there's like a power outage or whatnot. It was making me think like it was like a video game. Like obviously, I'm kind of schizophrenic, so I was like thinking like basically like aliens or whatever, or that Jesus was coming back or whatnot or whatever. But yeah, but then yeah, so that was what was going through my head, whatever. And then some customers, they're like saying, "Oh, are we still able to shop?" Some like I was like, "Yeah, this is like obviously our the managers or whatever didn't told us that we had to leave, so obviously, and the machines were still about working, so they were still able to shop." And but I heard from my coworker that another coworker that she tried to use the bathroom at the main the general bathroom, which is for everybody and the customers. And I guess it wasn't when it was the power outage. I guess it made it where it wouldn't flush the toilet automatically because the power outage. But it works in our employees' bathroom because we have an emergency. I guess that's what I was told. Emergency button that helps to flush or whatever. But I was like, dang, I didn't realize that's with the power outage that it does that or whatever. But for the restrooms. But yeah. So there was that, and then yeah. So that's funny that I was like, I was not contemplating, but when I get my tax time, I was like, should I get the power bank station and the 4 lantern lamps, portable lantern lamps for emergencies, power outage emergency, and what perfect reason for me to like be like, oh, the what happened at work was a good reason for me. Like, yeah, good thing I went and ordered it on Walmart, so it should be delivered soon. This week or so, on Sunday, and next week or so. So yeah, so I should be getting those as well. So yeah, and what else? So yeah, basically work was good. I basically went did mostly a little bit self checkout, and then guest services, and then drive ups. Didn't really went on the check lanes, so it was mostly just guest services and drive ups, but mostly guest services, and then just help here and there if it was drive ups, if people need help at drive ups, and self checkout. And then I did the cash office.